All right. So you walk up to the door, Van Renfield, and you try to open the door, but this one as well is locked. Toad, as you begin to open the door, it slightly creaks. And when the door opens, you find yourself in a musty, L-shaped room with no lights, no candles, or no fire lit. However, a bit of light is able to peek through, and you see in the middle of the floor an old, withered man just sitting in the center of the room, surrounded by pieces of wood, nails, and tools. He stares vacantly, but in your direction.
I'm gonna say hello.
We're closed.
We're looking for the coffin maker. Would that be you?
Yes. And his eyes, he just sort of blinks really heavily, and then he begins to finally, as if he's actually looking at you now. We're closed. What do you want? And he begins to stand up.
Did you listen to the word we said? We're not looking to buy shit. We're looking to find someone. The coffin maker.
This is going on because when the door's like locked or whatever, I just move back around to where everybody else is.
Okay. So. Those of you with night vision, or dark vision, I suppose, are able to see the full extent of this room. It's an L-shaped room. There's a set of stairs across. There's a door in the far back left corner. And there are just wooden pieces everywhere. Wooden tools. You see hammer, nails, wooden planks, but no actual construction. The man begins to look a bit frantic. He goes, I am the coffin maker, but what do you want? And he goes to move near the door.
I'll switchblade my scythe. Try to put the blade between him and the door.
Roll an intimidation check, Malachi.
While he's doing that, I would like to light my bullseye lantern for those of us who don't have dark vision.
Okay.
Intimidation. 22.
22. As you reach the scythe out in front of the door, the man immediately stops and begins to back up a bit. What do you want? And he begins to sort of cover his eyes a bit as the light from the lantern hits his eyes.
I want to step into the
Why are you
room.
running?
I want to step into the room and say, "We heard you made a deal with the boy at the orphanage. Bought some precious goods off of him."
I don't know anything about that. And Van Renfield, as you say that, you can see a single tear coming down the side of his face.
It's not worth lying. You better be telling us the truth. And I'm gonna kind of just try to pulse the scythe a little bit with like some of that necrotic energy. Trying to scare him some more.
His eyes immediately go towards you, Malachi, and he just... I can't. I can't.
What are you afraid of?
You don't know. You don't know. How could you know?
How could we know? We know a lot of things. We could definitely understand different situations. But I know you're in one right now.
Just please, I don't mean to. I didn't want to.
So you're telling
Where are
us
the bones?
As soon as you say that, Van Renfield, his eyes sort of turn a bit towards the stairs, but immediately turn back to you. And he doesn't say a word.
Yeah, I want to like watch his face as I move over to the stairs.
Okay. You look up the stairs and you can see that there's they lead to the second floor, and there's a large wooden door at the top of the stairs. I'm assuming the rest of the party moves inside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Findrock's been in the doorway.
So I'm keeping the sight there the whole time. Say, what's upstairs?
He looks at you and doesn't respond.
I want to walk
Well,
up
the
the
sight's
stairs.
slightly closer to him. What's upstairs?
He doesn't respond.
I'm gonna just start walking up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm pulling it close to his head. I'm just gonna nod again.
You see sweat pouring down his forehead, and he's breathing very heavily, and his eyes are wide, but still he doesn't say a word.
Are you afraid of what's upstairs? Because you should be just as afraid of us, and I'm going to try to just be as scary as I possibly can.
All right, roll one more intimidation check.
All right, that's a 6. Oh, that's the wrong. Right, it's the wrong app. Oh my god, dude, you are
What'd you roll?
natural 20. I'm showing it in the camera.
Oh my god. He just looks
he
at
shits
you.
himself immediately.
You do look at him, and he just immediately just. And you do see more sweat, and you actually do see that as you look down, he actually has pissed himself. I mean, he's an older man, and he looks right at you and just goes, they're up there. I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Leave the poor man alone. We're contending with something darker. And I want to move to the door, and I want to come up of like the stairs, and I want to like listen through the door if I can.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead and
Leave it.
okay. Van Renfield, roll a perception check. What were you saying, Zemnis?
I was going to say, while he does that, I would like to use my Primeval Awareness.
Okay.
17.
Van Renfield, you put your ear to the door, and you hear nothing but just sort of the normal groaning of the wood of the house. Zemnis, as you begin to cast your Primeval Awareness, you go ahead and expend one of your spell slots. And you do feel the presence. Let me see. You do feel a presence of undead. And it's close. But from your Primeval Awareness, you don't get the exact location or amount.
Number.
You just do sense very close.
I would relay that to the group as well.
I'm gonna summon a zombie.
Oh, that's what I was sensing.
Nope.
No, well, I'm thinking. I don't know if I'm summoning. Let me see. I'm summoning something. I'll let you know which one it is real quick in a second. If you want to keep
Okay.
going.
I mean, I think I just want to look at everybody and be like, "Get ready. There's
I'm gonna
something
summon-
dark here." And then I want to like kick open the door. But you were casting before me, Brandon. So
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be a spectral one. I'm gonna summon it right behind the guy that I'm scared.
Okay.
He shit himself.
He doesn't even look. He just closes his eyes and just begins to sob as the rest of you see this ghostly, just smoking black figure. Actually, I'll let you describe. How do you want this creature to appear?
I want it to just be literally look like Malachi, just like pure dark, like Dark Link is like a spectral, just black version. That is it exactly.
All right.
Scythe and everything.
And this man just begins to close his eyes and weep. Van Renfield, you then kick in the door upstairs.
as I draw my sword, of course.
As you draw your sword, and okay, so we have a lot of shifting around, so you all bear with me as I try to get these camera angles going. It's going to be a bit hard to see, but this is the general layout, okay? You find yourself in a open, vacant room. It's very drafty and it's strung with cobwebs, and it takes up most of the upper floor. However, you do see stacks of wooden planks that lie amid a large gathering of wooden crates in this back corner. To your left, you see that it cuts around, and there is a door on this side of the building, on this side of the floor, right in the middle.
Does anything look off about the stack of wood or anything, or does it just look totally normal?
Make a perception check. Actually, sorry, investigation check.
Yeah, it's a crit fail. It looks like a normal pile of wood.
It's so you do know that it's a pile of wooden planks next, like amidst a pile of like a stack of wooden crates. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of want to like walk over to it and like use my foot to just kind of like kick aside some of the wood in the pile.
Okay. You kick aside, and you can see that there's about 5 crates. They're about 5 by 5 in dimension.
All right, so while this is happening, I'm giving the command to my spectral entity right behind him to fly. It can go through things. Its thing is to stick its head out, and then if it sees anything, to come back down immediately. Otherwise, come back down in 1 second.
So it's flying up into
Just
this room, or in the one that Van Renfield's
like
in?
stick its head through the door. Even like he literally just walks up and just shoves his head. And the command is to, if you see anything, to immediately.
Gotcha. And
return.
where exactly is his head going? In the same room that Van Renfield's in, or
The room. So I thought there was a
directly
floor
above
directly
him?
above.
There is. Yeah.
Yes.
So Van Renfield's in the floor above you. But he's in this area. However, there's a room up here. So if he flies directly up, and if the command is if he sees anything hostile to come back down, correct?
Immediately. Otherwise,
So
he's going to return
it-
like a second or two.
It pokes his head up, and it looks around. And then after a few seconds, according to your command, it comes down, but not immediately.
fool's errand, but
It's a hell of a
I
scouting
want to pull out
technique.
my. I
Findrog
want to pull out
is
my. Sorry, go ahead, Findrog.
Findrog's casting Flaming Sphere.
Where?
Where am I compared to everyone so I don't hit anyone? I can't really see
Okay.
the board. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't see the downstairs.
Let me pull you down.
I'm throwing it right here in the corner, or I'd say like you see where the steps begin to
are
go
you
up.
burning
Well,
the place down?
Hold on,
No,
hold
no,
on.
no.
Where?
you see where the steps go up? Well,
Right.
wait, is that where
This is where Van
Van
Renfield
Renfield?
went. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna cast it right there, right the square right next to the steps. Go down, right down to, well, like closer to the steps, right there.
Thank goodness, shutting off my escape.
No, it's not. I'm not blocking off the thing.
Fiery ball.
Cool. While that's going on, I would like to use my crowbar to bust open just one of the crates at random. Like, I'm not really paying attention to which one.
Okay. You immediately begin to crack open one of the crates. Roll a strength check with advantage. I'll let you use your athletics for this if you have anything.
That's a 6.
It's just not prying open. This stuff is actually made very, very solid. He's a coffin maker, so he knows how to seal something. But it's just
That's fine.
okay.
All right, then I leave it feeling kind of defeated, and I walk over to that door in the other room, and I try to open it.
Okay. You walk over.
Oh.
And I have this labeled as. Okay, gotcha. The door opens. It's not locked. And as you walk inside, you find that this is a modest bedchamber. It holds a cot and several well-made pieces of furniture, including a table, a padded chair, a bookshelf, and a wardrobe.
Yeah, I want to search the bookshelf and the wardrobe.
Okay. You search the wardrobe, or you search the bookshelf. There are a few books. Nothing particularly engaging. One of them's a moldy book of poetry. Another is sort of histories of Malachi. When you search the wardrobe, however, you find inside that there are 2 sacks that are pretty much hidden under, laying under these coats.
Yeah, I definitely want to open the sacks.
Okay, one sack contains a sack of silver and contains a sack of silver coins. The other sack contains a wad of bones.
I want to take them both downstairs.
As soon as you pick up the sack of bones, you all, and even those of you downstairs, hear the crashing of wood.
Christ.
And Van Renfield, as you look through the door, you can see that one by one, the wooden boxes are bursting open.
Of course they fucking are.
We are now going to cut to Zantix.
Shit.
As Zantix, you just arrive at the St. Andrew's Chapel. You open the doors, and the rain has begun. It takes you about 45 minutes to get through the town back to the chapel, and the rain's beginning to pick up. The wind's getting heavier. The fog overhead is even increasing. You open the chapel doors, and you find it empty except for Father Lucian, who is sitting behind the altar in a chair with a large tome, and he seems to be asleep. You are muted, Chris.
I'll walk up and see what the tome he's reading is.
You walk up, and you're easily able to tell this is a very standard, it looks just to be a prayer book to the Morning Lord.
Mm-hmm.
It's opened to a chapter, and you read that some of the inscriptions are mainly about having courage in difficult times.
Gotcha. I'll look around the room, see if, and he's the only one in there, I assume.
Yeah, there are two rooms that adjoin that are right next to the entrance as well that are closed.
Gotcha. I'll just sit down in one of the pews.
Okay.
And yeah, go inactive.
Gotcha.
We're gonna take a rest now, Piddlewick.
So you go inactive, and Piddlewick sits there right next to you, and Zantix 2 as well. Zantix 2, in fact, kind of curls up into your lap, just fluffing its feathers. You are inactive for about 20 minutes when you start hearing bells ring. Loud,
Gotcha.
thunderous bells that seem to be coming from far somewhere off in the town, perhaps the town center. And they are not pleasant festival bells. They are long, ominous bells.
I hate the bells. They ring for horror.
We now cut back just to where we were. Van Renfield, as you watch as 5 pale, gaunt, starved-looking humanoids burst forth from the crates, looking at you, and you think for a moment that they're looking directly at you. However, they begin to look at the sack in your hand. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Bone sack or silver sack?
Bone sack.
So many sacks.
So many
Draw
sacks.
got 18.
Okay. All right. Finn draws an 18.
I want to yell out downstairs like,
This roll
we
was
got
Hold
some
on.
ugly sons of bitches up here.
Zimnus, what did you roll?
17.
17. Okay. Malachi, what did you roll?
15 plus 3, 18. I forgot I had a plus 3.
Toad, what did you roll?
15.
Van Renfield.
17.
17. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Give me one moment. tight, everybody. Okay, Findraw, can I get your max HP?
Give you my max HP?
Yeah, what is your maximum HP?
42.
Okay, 1 second. What are you at currently?
15.
Okay. Malachi, what is your max HP?
38. I'm at full health.
Okay. Van Renfield, what is your max HP?
44. I'm at 36.
Okay. You said 36. All right, Zemnis, what is your max HP?
44, and I'm at 33.
Okay. Toad, what is your max HP?
33, and I'm at 33.
Okay.
Are you in counterbalancing, you bastard?
No. I have to mark everyone's HP because it doesn't pull it maximum HP because it doesn't pull it up automatically for some reason. Okay. First up, we have these creatures' turns. The first one. And actually, all 5 of them get to go at this point because they all roll crazy high. And they are all at once going to rip the bag from your hands. Unfortunately, with 5 of these creatures, and you can now recognize them very clearly, Van Renfield, as vampire spawn. Each of them is incredibly strong, and with their combined effort are going to rip the bag from your hands. 3 of them are immediately going to rush back and move towards a window in the upper floor. 2 of them, however, are staying behind and making attacks against you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you do not have your shield with you.
Correct.
Doesn't he get attack of opportunity against one of them leaving?
He can, yeah, if you would like.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'll definitely take one if I
Okay.
get one.
I'm assuming you're taking the one who took the bag.
Yeah.
Figured if you jump.
Yeah, good call.
I'm gonna attack with my sword.
Yeah, go ahead.
And actually, wait. As a bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead.
You have
and
not
slit
had
my
your
wrist.
your turn yet.
This is just
Okay, that's right.
This
So
is your
just an
reaction.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, no worries. Well, then that's 17. 22.
22, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And then damage is going to be... Nine.
9. Okay. As the creature grips the bag and you just feel claws from multiple different vampire spawn beginning to scratch at your hands, you're forced to let go. However, you are able to take a swipe out at this creature and slice across its ribs. The creature, however, begins to move with 2 other companions. The 2 remaining vampire are going to make attacks against you.
Only I had fireball.
The first one swings out and actually misses, clawing its companion twice. Both of its attacks, as it's just furiously trying to grasp at you, accidentally claws the vampire spawn beside of it.
Good to know zombies can crit fail too.
Yes.
Or vampire spawn can crit fail too.
The vampire who was just clawed at pushes the other aside and then attacks you as well. That is a 21 to hit. And I need you to roll either an acrobatics or a strength check.
Okay. Oh, big 4.
Big 4. You are now grappled. And as this vampire now moves past the other one, grips you by the shoulders, it is going to make a bite attack. And that is a 19 to hit. As this creature... Okay. As the vampire's fangs sink deep into your neck, you take 9 points of piercing damage plus 8 points of necrotic damage for a total of 17.
Jesus Christ.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by 9.
Damn.
Okay. And that vampire seems to be rejuvenated, and you see its wounds from the other vampire begin to slowly heal on its skin. All right. Findral, it is now your turn. After hearing this ruckus, and you hear Van Renfield screaming down at you as well, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna go up the steps. And then I'm gonna move, I guess, probably 5 squares from where Van Renfield is.
You're not going to be able to make it up the steps.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna, can I move my fireball all the way up there?
Let's see, how far can you move it? I think it's 30. Can you move it 30?
30 foot.
30?
30
Okay.
foot. I think, hold on, let me check. I think, yeah, 30 foot.
Let's see.
If it's gonna block the steps, don't even move it.
You can move it right there.
Yep, slam it. And then I'm just gonna chill.
Okay. Malachi, it is now your turn.
Okay, so I heard all this. Where in relation to me is all the ruckus?
You hear it directly upstairs.
Okay, so where am I right now?
You are... This is so difficult keeping track of multiple maps.
Yeah.
You are right here.
But don't you have Misty Step?
He has to see where he's going.
Yeah. So how long would it take me to get to Van Renfield?
You could get just in front of Findral.
Okay. I will run. I'll take my movement to get there.
Okay.
Then I'll take the dash
Yeah.
action.
Gas action. Okay.
I'll use some of that just to get in upstairs. So now I can see, like, peek up and see what I see.
That's at 10 feet, so you have 20 more feet of movement.
Okay, so I'm gonna see.
You see that these 3 vampire spawn are moving towards a window that's right here. You see one of these vampire spawn has its arms gripping Van Renfield and its teeth in his neck.
Am I allowed to, like, as Malachi gets up there, be like, they've got the bones
Not
by
yet.
the window.
You are not allowed to do that yet.
Shit, I'm gonna go toward. Is he within my 10-foot range?
No. But you have 10 more feet of movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
Or 20 more feet of movement.
I'm gonna try to flank. Then I'm gonna go to the opposite corner, trying to set up. All right, to the left on my screen. I'm just gonna sit there.
Right there?
Yeah. No, I'm not getting close to them.
Okay.
I'm just trying, like, opposite of Van Renfield, I guess, kind of on that side of the corner.
Right there or up?
Up. Just gonna. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to lay it out. And then what's gonna happen is I want my Spectre to pop up. Because he goes right after me. And I want him to pop up right behind the guy with one of the guys near Van Renfield.
Okay.
And
yeah, he can do attack as well.
yes, and that's definitely touch. That's a melee weapon attack, 1d8 plus 6. Okay, let me roll that.
So your spell attack modifier, your charisma.
Yeah, so that's a 18.
18 hits.
Awesome. That's 1d8 plus 6. Five, 11 points.
11 points.
5 plus 6, and then it has to make a wisdom save.
throw? Okay. Let me check real quick. Yeah, okay. That is another critical fail.
All right, it is now frightened of the shadow Malachi.
All right. As and which did you attacked the one that was gripping Van Renfield, correct?
Yes, specifically that one.
Okay. The vampire then removes its fangs from Van Renfield's neck. And Van Renfield, you just see its eyes go wide as it begins to look panicked as the shadow specter just appears behind it. Okay. Van Renfield, it is now your turn.
Okay, I definitely want to cast my blood maledict. Or not my blood maledict, my my crimson right.
Okay. You slit your wrist
Sword
and your
goes up in flames.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's gonna be a 4. I can't be taking this damage, but I'm going to anyway.
Okay, 4 points of damage. You are now at 15.
All right, and now I would like to I'm gonna take a swipe at both these things with one at both of. There's 2 over here, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a swipe, 1 at each.
Okay.
My sword. Thanks, man. Take care. All right, so that is 7. Oh wait. Yeah, 17 to hit for the first one.
That hits.
And then the damage for that is gonna be it's gonna be 12.
All right. As you swing out your sword and you just thrust your sword as this creature is still gripping you, just thrust your sword through its stomach and you just hear the skin sizzling as the sword buries into its stomach. Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Oh, yeah. And then my second one is gonna be a nat 20.
Okay. So you get to roll your crimson right damage twice as well. Remember that.
Oh, nice.
And
So,
and you still get to use your the fiend benefit, where if you roll a 1 or 2, you get to reroll it on your right damage.
that's gonna be 30 damage.
You then pull your sword from the vampire clutching you and then swing it out at the second vampire, carving a huge gash across its face as it just as it just begins to sizzle and burn. All right.
And if I move away from these people, they get.
You're
an attack
currently
opportunity,
grappled, so
correct?
you cannot move.
Oh, that's right. I'm grappled.
Oh, I thought he lost the grapple when he was frightened.
Nope.
Oh, I guess that wouldn't make sense.
Nope.
So is
Alright.
there? I guess it would be an action for me to not be grappled,
Yep.
right?
Correct.
So I can't do that. Okay. I want to yell out to Malachi, like, the bones. Make sure we keep the bones. They have them by the window.
Okay. All right, Xemnas, it is your turn.
Can I make it up? I can't make it up the stairs, can I?
Not unless you use the dash action.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Okay. That's at 35. That's at 40, so you have 20 feet of movement left. Where would you like to go?
Move me 2 spaces up.
Would he have been able to hear me shouting the bones by the window?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, honestly, yeah,
I meant up,
everyone.
like, sorry.
Where everyone
I meant
hears
up,
my
like,
primordial
towards-
screams.
Towards the back wall, where Malachi is. And then I can still use my bonus action.
You have
correct?
10 feet of movement from there. Where do
I'm
you-
never going anywhere without my shield ever again.
Yeah, we'll keep me there.
Okay. Yeah, you can pull something out. You can pull your bow out with a free action.
Okay. I would like to pull my bow out, and then can I see which one has the bag?
Yes, with your perception, you absolutely do. It is the one closest to the window.
I would like to take 2 shots at him with my bow.
Are you casting Hunter's Mark?
Oh yeah, I forgot about one.
Didn't he use
Yes,
his
I
dash
am.
there?
Huh?
Can
Oh
you
yeah,
shoot
you can't shoot because you use your action to dash.
Yeah, otherwise I would have
Oh.
attacked.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just cast my Hunter's Mark then.
Just so y'all
Okay.
know, I'm fucking dead the next time these things attack me. Just so you
One
know.
of them. One of
so
them.
be prepared for that.
Okay, it is now Bloodhawk's turn.
Oh,
Like,
God,
I
Bloodhawk's
am
cool.
cool. Ben Renfield is okay to die in this fucking room, as he always
What?
is, prepared to die. But
Bloodhawk's
Yeah,
gonna
you
go
gotta be ready.
attack
guys.
the spawn that has Van Renfield grappled right now. He should be able to make that.
What's his movement speed? Is it 40?
100? I think it's 120.
Good God. 60.
60, sorry. I doubled it.
Okay.
Shoot 20.
25, 40, 45. Which one is he attacking, did you say?
The one that has Van Renfield right now.
Okay, Bloodhawk gets to make his attack with advantage.
Sweet.
So he has a... How does this work again?
Craig, that guy that grapples you has disadvantage on everything, though, right now.
thank goodness. I'm not saying y'all need to focus on this. I'm saying that y'all need to be prepared to get these things if and when I die,
First roll will be a 21, second roll will
or
be
try and revive me or whatever
15.
the fuck.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. What'd you say, Malachi? Or Xemnas?
First roll will be a 21, second roll will be a 15.
Those both hit.
Is it 1d4 plus 6?
I believe he is 1d4 plus... I believe he's 1d4 plus 5.
1d4 plus 5.
Because he adds your proficiency
away from
bonus, I think.
Put that out there. And he can only take 1 attack, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so it'd be a 6.
6 points of damage?
Yep.
All right. As Bloodhawk claws at this creature's face, scratching near one of its eyes, and you see black blood pouring out of its face. Toad, it is now your turn.
I would like to dash as far as I can. Can I barely make it upstairs if I dash?
That's at 40, so you have 10 more feet of movement.
Cool. Let's see. I would like to just move like to the square just to the above and to the left of the fireball.
You can dash
Okay.
as your bonus action.
Yeah.
since
So
you're
you
a
still have an attack.
Yeah, that was my plan. Yeah.
Sorry, the screen's getting blurry,
okay.
guys. Just ask me if any questions you need anything.
And I only have. We never got our equipment, like the rest of our equipment we left before the ball back, right? Okay.
So you got the equipment you brought to the ball.
Right, but we never got like the stuff we left behind back, correct?
Yeah, but
Okay.
what did you leave behind?
I left all my weapons except for daggers, I think. But then I just got another dagger, so I'm one dagger up.
You picked up both. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I am. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna throw my dagger at the vampire that was biting Van Renfield.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attack. You do not get advantage, though. You are not sneaking. However, if it hits, you will get sneak attack.
Okay. $22.
That hits.
All right, and then.
So that is 1d4 plus 4, and then 3d6.
10. 15. Wow, that was fun. Okay. 15, 17, 18, 19. That was 21 points of damage.
Excellent. As you throw your dagger and it lands straight into the back of the neck of the creature, digging in a very good deal as it just... And Van Renfield, you can just see black blood pouring out of its mouth as it just sort of is still gripping right on you.
It's a sight I'm used to seeing.
You all now begin to hear bells ringing from further in town. You also hear just bits of commotion coming from outside. Findral, as the one downstairs, you look and turn around and see this old man in the middle of the floor, just sort of crouch to the ground and begin to just bury his face in his hands, and he goes, I didn't mean to. It is now the vampires' turns.
Oh man, this town is fucked.
All right.
Yeah, this is bad fucking news, y'all. Real bad.
This vampire. Now, the vampire
Hopefully
with
I won't live to see it.
the vampire with the bag. You all watch as the vampire's wounds begin to heal on its body. As these three vampires quickly crash through the window and begin to crawl down the building. Findral, you can hear clattering outside and the sounds of, we must go, from outside as these three vampires have crawled down the building and begin to move in that direction.
Right.
The other vampires, you see their, Van Renfield, you see their wounds begin to heal as well. However, the one that's gripping you is still has a good deal of wounds, but the knife that was in the back of its neck slowly falls to the ground. This vampire,
Okay.
still
Just to be
looking...
clear, my weapon is silvered and has flame damage, just to make sure.
Yes, it does.
Okay, just
Yep.
go for it. Sorry, not to interrupt.
No. It's good to make sure of these things, but its wounds still do heal. This creature, looking wide-eyed and looking back at the specter behind him, just tries to throw you as far back as it can. Go ahead and roll a strength check. Or athletics.
Doesn't matter, it's a crit fail.
Okay.
Oh, that thing has disadvantage if that mattered. I guess not on crit fail.
It does matter, but yeah, the crit fail hurt it. The creature then, just with inhuman strength, lobs you backwards and you crash against the wall, Van Renfield, taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage. The creature, the vampire, then is going to try to run away.
To act of opportunity.
Bloodhawk gets one as well, if he would like it.
Doesn't Bloodhawk get pack tactics?
He does.
It does, so he gets advantage on the attack of opportunity.
Well, no,
Wrong one.
if someone else gets one and they want to roll it while I'm unlocking my iPad, that'd be great.
You want me to roll for you?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong modifier. 17.
Bloodhawk rolls
16.
a natty 20.
16 on mine. I forgot it wasn't my modifier. It's the
16 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That hits.
Oh, nice.
Bloodhawk gets 9 points of damage on the creature as it rakes its claws into the creature's neck.
I did 9 as well with the...
The specter
Ghost.
then reaches out its ghostly hand, dealing 9 points as well. What type of damage does that do?
Oh, let me check. It's a melee weapon attack. I think it's a magical melee because it's a magical touch. I don't know, actually.
Let's just see. It says 1d8 plus 3 plus the spell's level necrotic damage.
Necrotic.
So, unfortunately, that is going to be halved.
And
So-
it still has to make a DC save again.
Yes, it does. And it fails. Again.
So he's frightened a whole nother turn.
Yep. All right.
So where did he move?
He
ran
moves
away?
right at the window.
Okay.
This vampire is going to move as well, seeing the chance and open opportunity.
Do I get an attack of opportunity from that?
Nope, you have already used your reaction. That
That was Charlie.
well, Xemnas is way over here, so
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you as in...
it readies itself to move out the window as well. Findraw, it is your turn.
I saw him. The mic's muted. So I'm going to. So the ones with the bones have already gone out the window, right?
Correct. You
And
can
there's just
hear
two in
them.
the room.
There are two upstairs. You can hear the ones crawling down the building and beginning to run outside. They're like there for perspective.
Holy shit. Oh, I guess I'm still downstairs, aren't I?
You are.
Where's the dang? Oh, there's the door. So, I don't have any big spells. Sucks.
You could get just in the doorway.
All right, let's go to the doorway. And we're gonna cast Shockwave.
Shockwave. Do you mean pulse wave?
Nah, I'm so sorry, Thunder Wave.
Gotcha. So Thunderwave emanates from you. It might not reach.
So 15 foot, 15 foot from area. I guess. So
Yeah,
one,
it
two,
comes
three,
out
four.
from you.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna do Magnify Gravity that way though.
Okay. Let's see. What level are you casting it at?
Level 2.
What did you cast your flaming sphere at? Level 1?
Level 2.
Level 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've already marked it. I have one.
Gotcha.
I have one level 2 left.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll your damage for Magnify Gravity. We're going to put it right in the middle of them, so it's going to catch all of them. And it is a...
Come on, I need something big here.
Constitution.
16.
They all fail. So they all take 16 points of force damage. As they slowly begin to just you can see the weight of the gravity pulling down on them. But they do still look content to keep on moving in their direction. Down the street. Or up the street, sorry. Would you like to do anything else?
I can't move anymore, so I guess I'm gonna bring good old Flame Sphere back down as close as possible to me without hitting anyone.
Okay.
Can you throw it out the window?
Yeah, he totally. There's no reason you couldn't be able to move it out the window. So where do you want to move it, Findral?
As far as I can to me. Wait, actually, I can throw it out the window.
Yeah. If you throw it towards the window, it's gonna hit the vampire in front of the window.
Yeah, let's throw it in front of the window.
Okay. So. It now crashes in to one of the vampires. And do they make a saving throw? Let's see.
For Fireball?
Must make a saving throw for Flaming Sphere. Okay, it does succeed on its saving throw. So it takes half damage. So go ahead and roll at level 2, 2d6 fire damage.
It is a 9.
Okay, reduced to half. The fire does begin to burn some of the creature, but it's still moving quickly. Okay. At that moment, up next we have Malachi. You're muted.
My bad. I was trying not to eat my chips, so unmuted.
Very appreciated.
So right now, because I think I see it. So we have that one zombie that's frightened, just leaving, trying to jump out the window where the other ones were.
And these are vampire spawn, not zombies.
Yeah, vampire. Sorry.
Just make
and that's the only one left.
There are 2 of them about to jump out the window.
Okay,
It's
so
very
I'm
hard
gonna
to see, but...
go towards them. One of them, surely they haven't healed everything. Does one of them look?
Yeah,
more
one of
rough than
them.
the
One of
other?
them's looking very hurt.
All right, I'm gonna run up to. Which one is that? I'll run up towards them regardless, where they're both in my 10-foot range.
Do you want them
Yeah.
both in your 10-foot range?
I'd like them both to be.
Gotcha. All right.
And the one that's really hurt is the one that's next to Van Renfield, right?
No.
Is that
Van
back
Van
here?
Renfield's back here,
Oh, okay.
and they're.
I'm gonna.
It's hard to see. They're right here in front of the window.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I couldn't. I thought that.
Yeah,
that was...
no, it's hard to see. The
Alright,
wounded
so I'm
one
gonna
is the one on the left.
All right, I'm gonna smack that one. The side.
Okay, go ahead and do it.
Magical damage. Let's see. Roll up my dice. 16.
16 hits.
9 plus 7. Oh, fuck yeah. So 2d4. 11.
11 points as you slash out right at the creature, right at the vampire's back. It just screams out, but then puts its hands on the window, still trying to move out.
I'll attack him again.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
25 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage as you slash its back, and you see it begin to move out the window. You recoil your scythe, bring it down straight into the creature's collarbone, and yank enough for the vampire's head to be pulled off from its collar. That vampire is dead.
And then I guess after that and the follow through, I'm gonna take the blunt end and smack the fuck out of this last one, or try to.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
It's the baby hit though that doesn't do
Yep.
as much. So now
Go
it's
ahead.
like a regular side attack.
Yeah, pretty much, which is nice.
Which ends up being 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Okay.
So that's like 30 something points.
As you reach around and smack the other vampire straight in the teeth, you actually see one of its fangs fall to the ground as black blood pours out. Okay.
Yay, Pim. All
Van
right, now
Ren-
it's Spectre's turn.
Oh, right, it is.
So this is the one that's scared of him.
You killed the
Right.
one that was scared of him.
Okay, so we'll try to make this one scared. I'm going to try to put this guy right outside the window and.
Oh, so he's
like,
floating
he's gonna-
outside the window?
Yes, and he's gonna take his like, and the way he does it is she's just gonna like punch him with a spectral touch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
17.
That hits.
Nice. So that's 1d8 plus 6 necrotic. So that's not. So it was 12. So I guess that ends up being 6.
12 reduced to half is 6. It will make
And he's got to make a spell save DC.
That is a 13.
He fails.
He fails, and the creature,
fucking
you
way.
you see the vampire now, its eyes go wide as it slowly begins to back away from the window. As it cannot willingly move closer to the window now that the specter is outside. Okay. Damn. All right, it is now Van Renfield's turn.
Is the creature with the bone sack still in the...
He is
He went
outside.
out the
Basically,
window,
those 3 vampires have fled, and they're that far away from the building.
Okay. This is so fucking stupid what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Why the fuck not? I want to run and use my dash action to jump out the window.
You can pass through my specter. Like I can do incorporeal passage. Like I can willingly let you go through it too. So
Okay.
that's cool.
This
Yeah,
vampire is going
I
to get.
want to just jump out the window.
This vampire is going to get an attack of opportunity against you. However, it has disadvantage because it is frightened. So. That would be a 6. Thankfully for that disadvantage. All right, you now you're just jumping out the window.
I'm jumping out the window.
Okay.
I want to try and tuck and roll. Certainly.
Roll an acrobatics check.
It's Ocarina of Time.
Nat 20.
Yes. Oh, it's the most glorious thing. I want
Hey.
you all saw. I didn't touch that shit.
Okay.
There it is.
So Van
Nat
Renfield,
20, motherfucker.
little did you all know that Van Renfield was actually also a gymnast, as opposed in his as in addition to being
I
a
was
rower.
and a gymnast.
Yeah. Leaps out of the
rower.
window, ducks and rolls, taking no damage, and is now. You are now right there, and you have 5 feet of movement.
I have 5 more feet of movement.
Actually, no, that's
I
falling.
should have
No,
40 total. I should have.
yeah, then
40
you have
total.
10 feet more.
Okay.
10 feet.
Which one's the one with the bag?
This one right here.
No, because I can't take an action, right?
You cannot.
Okay, I want to move. I want to run. Can I go 2 squares like diagonal that way and then that way? Yeah, I want to go right there.
Okay. You all just watch as Van
I
Renfield
can't believe I fucking did that.
gracefully leaves, and Findral, you just are looking out this door, and you just see Van Renfield just tuck and roll and just perfectly, like without even slowing down, just roll and get right back up and keep running.
I would also like to
Findral just
clarify
says,
that Van
"Damn."
Renfield has not taken his vampire bat mask from the party off. At all. He has still worn that.
Okay.
I'm Batman.
So
Okay.
he's got this big musketeer hat with a raven feather and a bat mask, and I just like threw and roll.
Chris, we are about to
Screw
cut
it,
to you
goats.
here in 2 turns, so just letting you know. Giving you
Rad.
some heads up. Don't
Just
want you
peed,
to.
so I'm,
Perfect.
I'm all set.
Zimnus, it is now your turn.
I just peed, so I'm all set.
You said there's one beside. There's a vampire beside the window, correct?
Yeah, backing
Yeah, let
away.
me cut.
So I will take 2 shots with my bow at him with my
Okay.
silver arrow.
And I want you to keep track of this as well, Zimnus. The vampire that had the bags is hunter's marked. Okay,
Yes.
so
yes.
just keep in mind all the beneficial perks you have with that. So you have advantage on perception and survival checks made to find it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and take your 2 shots.
They also failed on the gravity, right?
They did, so they're half
First
speed.
one's a 21,
That hits.
and the damage is 6. Second
6.
one is a 26.
That
which
hits.
is
I thought they had a roll to even move,
5.
not even half speed.
So 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. As 2 arrows
Super
just
arrow.
thrust into this creature, into this vampire's back, and it does look very pained, but it doesn't even turn as it just still looks horrified at the specter that is before it. Findral, let me check that real quick.
Yeah, they have to make a strength check to even move.
So we're looking at magnified gravity. And its speed is halved until the end of its next turn. Yeah.
But it also says until the start of the next turn, any object that isn't being worn or carried.
It's any
is full
object
cost.
that isn't being worn or carried. So, like, if there was let's say there was
okay.
a sword on the
I was
ground,
thinking
it
carried.
couldn't
I was
pick
thinking-
it up. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking carried. Okay.
Well, hold on.
That is not being worn or carried.
The bag of
Yeah,
bones
just
drops to
carrying.
the ground. Wait, no, it is being carried. Wait, yes, it is being carried. So,
It
any
doesn't
object
ta- it
isn't
doesn't
being worn
affect
in a
it.
sphere. Yeah, so it doesn't affect it. Okay,
Okay.
that was cool. That could have been amazing, but all
That would
right.
have been clutch.
I misread it and I read it like
Yeah.
3 times. And I was like,
I mean, I had
shit.
to read it like 3 times, but their speed is halved, so they can't quite run away. All right, 2 arrows fly into this vampire, and it still just looks horrified. It is now Bloodhawk's turn. Unless there's anything else you want to do, Zimnus.
No. Bloodhawk. Charlie will attack that same vampire.
Charlie does not get advantage.
He doesn't with Spectre being near.
Spectre's within 5 feet, you're right. Definitely right. He gets advantage.
First roll be a 20. Was it plus
That-
4?
Plus 4.
So.
Oh, no, sorry, plus 6.
Oh, shit. 23.
So it's plus 6 to attack, and then 1d4 plus 4.
Okay, so plus 3 for both those attack rolls. 1d4 plus 4. So it'll be a 5 for damage.
5. All right. As Bloodhawk scratches and claws at the back of the creature's head, again, it just looks ahead, horrified. Toad, it is now your turn.
I'm going to move forward. Can I just move like to the square?
We're getting a little bit of echo between you two. Which square?
Can I move to the square that's just right in front of the vampire? Like, yeah, right there. No, one back. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna stab it with my dagger.
You have to be within 5 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it then.
Okay. Go ahead and throw it. No advantage.
26.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack.
Okay.
This might be the last time I ever do 2-story combat. Such a bitch.
George R.
I'm
Martin.
Yes.
17 points of damage.
All right. 17 points of damage. As you throw your dagger into the back of the vampire's shoulder, and this time it slumps over, looking very, very pained. It is still afraid, and now even more so as it begins to look around the room, sort of gauging just how outnumbered it is right now. Okay. We are now going to cut back to Zantix. And let me... Zantix, you have just begun to hear the bells of the town ringing. You now are beginning to hear a clamor outside. You see Father Lucian wake in his chair, looking very startled as he closes his book and sets it on the altar and stand up. Look to you, Zantix, a bit surprised to see you, and goes, What is going on?
I'm not 100% sure. Do you know what these bells mean?
It means they only ever ring if we're under attack. And as soon as he says attack, these two doors open, and Father Donovic and Irina come out into the chapel. Donovic wearing his chainmail, Irina suited up as well, carrying their weapons, and they immediately, Donovic says, Father Lucian, is that as bad as it sounds? Father Lucian sort of, I don't know what could be happening. You all begin to hear a commotion outside, and you hear voices outside as suddenly the chapel doors swing open. And a number of commoners, people around town that you've seen, begin to usher in, looking horrified. And they go, Father Lucian, what is it? What's going on? Father Lucian takes a step forward and says, calm yourselves. I'm sure everything is all right. Donovan then approaches you, Zantix, quickly, and Irina follows, and he goes, "You all said you were looking for the bones. Did you find them?"
The group went on ahead. I was unable to help them at the time, but doesn't seem like there's time for me to regain any of my energy. They were going to the coffin maker's shop to investigate. Perhaps we can meet up with them there.
The coffin makers?
Yeah, something to do with one of the orphan boys.
Father Lucian approaches and goes, "With Milivoy? Did they find Milivoy? Did he have something to do with that?"
It appears so. He was trying to make some money for the orphanage, and apparently the coffin maker paid him for the bones.
Father Lucian sort of looks at the ground and just looks a bit horrified, and he goes, I can't believe he would... If he needed... And he just begins to rub his face a bit.
He did not understand. I know this. But if we're going to meet up with the others, they're going to need their weapons.
Their weapons? Where are their weapons?
We left our supplies and gear at the... I'll tell you on the way.
The civilians immediately begin to sort of approach and Father Lucian, I think we're under attack. The bells were ringing. The soldiers were rushing towards the gates. It will be fine, everyone. Just stay calm here. Zantix, as you look toward Father Donovic and the citizens, you begin to see that through the chapel door, a great deal of fog and rain is pouring in. And you see, rushing around the door, another figure. It's a soldier, and he's sort of staggering inside, and he leans against the door and says, everyone needs to hide. And before he can say another word, you see a massive dire wolf pounce on top of him and begin to bear down on the back of his neck. The soldier,
Shut the doors.
Soldier lies still, but the now two dire wolves are standing directly in the doorway, baring their teeth at you. I need you to roll initiative.
I can do it. That's a 11.
Okay. Give me one moment.
GG.
All right. You said 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Irina turned around as well. She also rolled an 11. What do you know? Okay, give me just a moment to add all these numbers in here real quick.
Unacceptable.
Me too.
Okay. At the top of the round, we have Pitwick, who... So I enter in his maximum... Go ahead and give me your maximum HP, Zantix.
Max HP is 32.
Is that what you're at right now?
I'm at 16.
Okay.
Oh,
Not good.
Why? Part of the reason why I wanted to take a rest. That
Okay.
along with I have very few spell slots.
Yes. Zantix is looking bloodied.
Not looking good. Not looking good at all.
Okay. Pitwick is going to look to you a bit afraid, but he is going to unsheathe his small needle-like daggers. And you actually see around Pitwick a sort of shimmer that you've never seen before around his body. And it seems that he has somehow learned to cast mage armor on himself.
Oh, little. Yes!
And he is going to look up at you, Zantix,
Fucking LOL.
and rush forward, hopping over the
I'll give him a-
pews.
I'll give him a quick thumbs up.
And he's going
think of
to
Pitwick.
duck behind this corner. And he hides in the shadows almost to the point where even you can't see him, Zantix.
Sneaky boy.
But
Clever boy.
as the wolves begin to move towards the door, you see another figure round the corner. As the figure rounds the corner, it steps over the body of the dead guard, slowly stroking the mane of one of the wolves. And as it steps in, you actually recognize this figure. And you immediately see Donovic's face go white. This is
fuck.
Doru, Donovic's son.
That's
Only
not
now,
good.
He looks far less feral, and you see blood covering his mouth as he...
Who would have thought that would have ever come back to bite me in the butt?
He's wearing...
I
He's wearing a
thought
red
he
and
just
black...
went out to pasture.
lived his life. He's real happy now. He is now wearing a dark red and black cloak as it billows through the fog, and he steps forward. The people, these commoners, begin to huddle in fear as Doru slowly steps forward and... Let's see... And with almost inhuman speed, rushes forward, his cloak billowing in the fog, and slashes a woman's throat, her blood immediately pouring out as she slumps to the ground dead. Doru takes another step forward and slashes at a young woman before him. And she, as she falls to the ground, turns, and you see claw marks all along her face that seem to have cracked her skull. And she falls to the ground dead as well. These other commoners look horrified. Donovic looks almost frozen in place. But it is now these commoners' turn, and they are going to run away.
They are going to run the fuck away.
It's a good move. Traditionally.
Yo, this is fucking crazy. I can't
Step
believe
back.
this guy has turned into like a full-on, like, vampire duke.
Donovic stands there a moment. You see his knuckles white around his great sword, and you see sweat pouring down his paled face as he takes a step forward. Doru. Please, son. You have to know. He takes another step. You have to see. This is wrong. Donovic then, as he passes by, you see a glowing aura begin to form around Irina as he casts Shield of Faith on her.
Fucking Christ.
Irina takes a step forward with her shield ready and stands beside Donovic and says, Donovic, I know he's your son and I know this is hard, but he's not well right now. He's not well. And she takes a step forward and makes a strike towards him as Donovic screams out and goes, no! But she rushes forward with her longsword and takes 2 swipes. Or actually, no, sorry, 1 swipe. And... and slices through Doru's chest. One moment. However, Doru seems relatively unfazed by, even though it's leaving a gash through his coat, there's barely any blood, and he just seems relatively unfazed as he sort of grins and... But he's breathing very heavily. It's sort of like a forced grin. Irina bears her shield. Zantix, it is now your turn.
I'll turn to Father Lucian and say, Holy water, do you have it?
Yes, on the altar. And he points, and there's a small bowl on the altar.
I'll grab. Let's see. Do I have something to like put it in?
Let's see.
I don't know if
You have a flask filled with oil. You could pour out the oil, but yeah, you'd have to pour out the oil to do that.
Or you could make
Okay.
holy oil.
All right. Well, I guess. I'll keep that in mind, and I'll say, can you bottle it for me if you have something I don't know?
He nods his head really quick.
And then I'll say, Father Donovic, that is no longer your son, and I'm going to cast that one spell, Tasha's Mind Whip,
Okay.
on the boy.
All right.
It's an intelligence save.
Gotcha. That is a 16.
Ah, son of a bitch. Yeah,
Just
that's my spell save DC. Yeah.
Just makes it.
All right. He still takes half damage, I believe.
Okay. What's the damage?
3d6. Takes half as much damage. Okay. 2, 6. That's 12, so 6 damage. Psychic.
6 points of psychic damage as you see Doru just sort of grit his teeth a little bit, but sort of shake it off as he stares intently now at Father Donovic.
And I'll move.
Okay. Where would you like to
I'll
go?
move back. I guess to the back right. Other side.
There.
Not like all the way back, just like next to the altar. Yeah, like right.
All right. Would you like to do with anything with Zantix 2?
Zantix 2. I will. Yeah, I'll send him over and
where?
and distract the boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Father Lucian rushes back and pulls a flask from his from under his robes, which you actually recognize would probably be an alcohol flask. And he quickly pours the contents out and begins filling it with holy water. He spends his action doing that, and then he rushes over to you and hands it out to you. Okay. Now it is one of the direwolves' turn. As it rushes forward. And Doru sort of steps to the side as the direwolf rushes forward and makes an attack against Father Donovic. Father Donovic is actually able to, with his chainmail, block the wolf's bite in his arm. But then the other one rushes forward as well. But it gets advantage on pack tactics now. As it as Father Donovic's arm is preoccupied, this one now bites at his leg, dealing 8 points of piercing damage, and he must make a saving throw. And Father Donovic is so stunned that he's actually knocked prone onto his back as the wolf is still bearing down on his arm. All right, it is now Pitawick 2's turn again. Pitawick, seeing Father Donovic attack, is going to come forward and make 2 attacks against this direwolf with advantage. That one hits. Those both hit. So, Pitawick deals 12 points of damage on this direwolf as Pitawick just rushes forward and just buries his dagger deep into this wolf's hind leg, and the wolf just growls. All right. In pain, and begins to sort of whimper, but still bearing down. Okay. Doru. Then slowly walks around the room, walking around Irina. As she braces her shield and follows him as he moves, he just seems to walk around her and then look directly at his father. And as Donovic is laid prone, you see Doru, no longer a forced smile on his face, just look down at Donovic and then make 2 attacks against him with advantage because Donovic's prone, and those both hit. So Doru reaches down with his claws and grabs Donovan's head, pulls it to the side, and just bares his teeth into Donovan's neck, dealing 14 points of damage. As Donovic just screams out, blood pouring from his neck as he just his arm still in the direwolf's grasp. He's looking very, very rough right now. All right. With that, we are going to cut back to here. Back at the coffin maker's shop, where it is now, I believe Toad just went, correct?
I think so.
We now have the vampire with the bag's turn. Okay. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Okay. We are going to sort of take a little bit of a different turn. We're going to roughly try a skill challenge in this scenario. So,
A what?
a skill challenge. So how this is gonna work, okay, is those of you who wish to pursue these vampire spawn are going to have to succeed in checks. Now, these checks are going to include skills that you can try to use in these situations. So, for instance, if it's to try to catch up with the vampires, you can try athletics. However, you can try to be creative with how you want to use these skills. If you think you should be able to use a skill for a certain scenario, you let me know, and I'll make a ruling on it, and we'll see if you can make it. How this is going to work is those of you who want to pursue the vampires are going to participate in the check. If you get 3 failures, you lose the vampires, unless somehow one of them catches up and is able to halt them in some way. Now, this is going to continue until either the vampires get away or you catch them and are able to stop them. Now, how this works right now is they are at half speed, okay? So we're going to have to use theater of the mind right this, because, you know, I didn't make a whole town miniature map. But these 3 vampires are going to be moving at half speed. You, Van Renfield, have enough to catch them. Now, at this moment, currently inside the building, on the 2nd floor, we still have 1 more vampire spawn. Now, are the rest of you, who is wanting to pursue the other 3 vampire spawn, and who is wanting to stay behind?
I'm already halfway up the knoll, so Findrog is going to proceed to chase.
Okay.
Do we have the option to not kill the one inside, but knock him unconscious?
That is, you always have you always have the opportunity to, when you make a killing blow, to, if it's a melee, to knock them unconscious instead. I will say this vampire is looking very rough and very afraid.
I mean, Malachi, if you guys know anything about Malachi, he's probably gonna stay. You're gonna have to tell him you want him alive. Malachi's gonna stay. Malachi is fighting this thing, and
Zimnus is gonna stay too.
I'm gonna pursue the vampires.
Okay.
Can I retrieve both my daggers first before I pursue?
Yeah, so, alright.
I want those fucking bones.
Findrog is going to scream at, while this is all going on, I don't know what tone it is or whatever, or if I'm allowed to even say anything.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna scream at, good old Van Renfield. I'm gonna say, Happy! Knock the bones on the ground if you can.
Okay. Alright.
I should set up a good skill check there.
With a roll, this last remaining vampire spawn on the 2nd floor is very, very wounded, and it's very, very afraid. So it is going to just sort of shrink down and back into a corner and just begin hissing wildly like a very cornered,
I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity.
afraid animal. So go ahead and make an attack, Malachi.
Damn it.
18.
That hits.
11 plus 7. Oh, that's the wrong. That's like I rolled an 18 points of damage. Like that's a d20, wrong one. 2d4 plus 10 points of damage.
10 points. Okay. Are you knocking it unconscious?
I'm trying to. Let me roll. See if Malachi would do it.
Okay.
11 or higher. Okay, 16. Yeah, I'll knock it unconscious.
Okay.
Malachi will have the wherewithal.
With the back end of your scythe, just crack it over the back of the head, and the creature just and slumps to the ground. Okay.
Now, if he was Hexblade Curse, I would not. I would have killed him.
Okay. All right. Now, how this works? Van Renfield.
Well, shit. Now I'm pursuing them with them.
Now you're pursuing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay behind.
Okay.
I didn't think I'd knock him out that quickly.
Okay. All right. So, how this is going to work? I need everyone who is pursuing. So, I need Toad, Malachi.
Spectral.
I need Toad and Malachi to roll. To try to catch up. What skill would you like to use to try to catch up to these vampires?
Shit. Well, my Spectre, I'm sending after it too, which is immediately after me. Shit, I'm gonna jump out the window. I'm gonna just swan dive and duck into it.
I need both you and Toad to roll acrobatics checks.
Ooh, I'm good at this shit. 15 plus 6, 21.
That succeeds. Toad?
A dirty 20.
That's a success. All right, Van Renfield, since you are close enough and these creatures' speed is reduced, I need you. What would you like to do? You are now close enough to try to either stop them, take the bag. What do you want to do?
I'm close enough to try and grab the bag.
You are within 5 feet as this skill challenge
begins. I would like
begins.
to secure the bag. Yeah.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
I feel like I want to try and slice his hand off and grab the bag.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Just. Right.
The magnified gravity is still in effect as well.
Mm-hmm. That's in a 10-foot sphere right here.
24.
24. You slice at the vampire's hand. It does not come off. However, and go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. $16.
16. Okay, that is enough to make the bag drop from the vampire's hand. Go ahead and roll a general dexterity check to try to grab
Can I
the bag.
jump on this thing
You
like
can't.
a fumbled football?
He can't grab the bag now if it's on the ground with magnifying because it's not being carried.
I did roll a nat 20 for my general dexterity.
Fuck yeah, it is being carried. It is. Yeah, it's dropped.
He can't pick it up. Magnifies up.
Okay, yeah, never mind. You can't pick up the bag. Okay, shit.
But
Maybe
neither
we're not
can
doing a
the
skill
vamp.
challenge. Okay, so, all right, we'll take this then. We'll take this. Okay. Van Renfield, you slice at the creature's hand, and the bag drops like it's filled with lead. Just drops to the ground. You try to pick it up, but you can't move it. It is just too. The effect of Findral's spell is still in place, and now this object cannot be moved. The vampires
Okay,
all three turn and look at you.
I get another attack, no?
Yeah, if you would like to.
Can I cast a spell with that?
No.
Okay. Well then fuck it. I want to hit this thing again I want to hit the same one with my sword.
Okay, go ahead.
$16 to hit.
That hits.
All right. 12.
12. Okay, 12 points of damage as you slash out at the creature again. It's now looking at you, very focused and very intent on you, as you're the one who's prevented it from grabbing its prize. Okay, I think we're gonna.
Do I have enough action left to like move away from this thing? Or does it get to swipe me if I do that?
It does get to swipe you if you do that. But you do have enough movement.
Fuck it, worth it. I want to move back there. That's Malachi behind me, or
that's Malachi's ghost. That's Malachi, and that's Toad.
Can you,
right, I want to move
draw where the
back.
bag
I
is
want to
on the
move
ground?
back with Malachi and see what these things do, because I don't think they're going to be able to grab this bag either.
Nope.
There's the bag. Okay. It is going to take an attack of opportunity against you. That is a... $12 to hit.
Fuck you, no hit.
Okay.
Not today, Vamp.
All right. Xemnas, what would you like to be doing? You have your turn right now as well.
Yeah, the vampire is knocked unconscious upstairs.
Correct.
Can I see the one I marked with Hunter's Mark out the window?
You'd have to move a few feet forward, but yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to move a few feet forward to the window, and I'm gonna take 2 shots at him with my bow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
First one's a 23.
That'll hit.
Go ahead and do my damage.
Don't forget your +6 with Hunting Park.
So the first one will be 8. Uh, 20.
That hits.
$21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. All right. So, the arrows stick into the vampire, and they seem to be doing some damage, but the vampire is still standing strong. Bailey. No, ma'am. Sorry, dog. All right.
Can I also use my bonus action to use my rope to tie up the vampire that's knocked out?
Not your bonus. That's going to take a full action.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'll end my turn there.
Okay. All right. It is now Bloodhawk's turn.
But old Charlie's gonna fly out the window
Okay.
and attack that MFer.
Okay. He does not get advantage.
Not close enough for pack tactics.
Nope.
Charlie. $22.
That'll hit. Xemnas is rolling great today. I'm watching him.
So that would be 9 damage.
9 points of damage. All right. As these claws do not seem to be quite having the effect you would be hoping on this vampire spawn, not quite it had on its lesser counterparts, it does do some damage. All right. It is now Toad's turn.
I would like to throw my dagger at the head of, I guess, the vampire that has been hit the most.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your 2 attacks.
Oh, do I have advantage? Is that what you said?
You do have advantage because of Bloodhawk, but you also, I mean, if you can throw you can throw 1 dagger as an action and 1 dagger as a bonus action.
Oh, I would like to do that.
Okay.
22 is my attack roll.
That hits. And you get advantage on both those. Or sorry, not advantage. Because you're not sneaking. I'm sorry, there was no advantage. So what were your 2 rolls?
Okay. I just rolled once and it was a 15 and then I added my attack bonus.
Perfect. Okay, go roll in the second time.
Roll a second time?
For you're throwing 2 daggers, correct?
Yes. Oh, so I rolled 2 attacks. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Oh, okay. 12.
Okay. The second one does not hit, unfortunately. As the first one sinks into its shoulder, it swats away the second one, looking very frustrated, but you do get sneak attack on that first one.
Okay, cool.
Get him, Toad.
$14 points of damage.
All right. As the dagger just slices into its stomach, and it leaves a good indent and cut, but it still bounces off and into the ground. Not quite the stab you were hoping. Okay. It is now the vampire's turn as you watch as some of its wounds begin to heal on its skin as it just and bares its fangs, its eyes glowing a sort of pale red through its white. It now, it's going to use its action to, in fact, these 2 vampires are going to both come forward and both spend their action trying to pick up the bag as much as they can, but it's just not moving.
Inches.
The third one, however, let's see. The third one seems to be catching on to what exactly happened, and is going to rush towards you, Findral, and make 2 attacks.
Does he have that much movement, even with half movement speed?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
15. Just enough movement. All right, that is a 14 to hit for the first one, and 17 to hit for the second one. As this creature bares its claws, this time going straight for damage, not trying to grab you at all. As you take... As this vampire rushes forward and slashes your chest and then slashes you across the neck, dealing 18 points of damage. Findral, you are now unconscious.
Neato.
All right, as this vampire just looks over your dead body, or your unconscious body, it is now your turn, Malachi.
Fucking shit.
Can you tilt the camera down a little bit, Chase, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm gonna need an
That's so
updated
much better.
sit rep just
That's good, thank you.
since I couldn't quite see.
Okay.
So
Van Renfield, Malachi, Toad, the vampire spawn, and then Findral's unconscious body.
Wait, I have a quick question. How did
Okay.
was it not my, did I get skipped in the turn-based order there? Because
you
Malachi
were
went and everyone else went, and it's now Malachi's turn again. I know.
you were up
But I wasn't
next.
last
You were
time.
up
Okay.
next
Okay.
before this one dropped you unconscious.
Okay. I was just wondering
can you-
about the queue
can
there.
you make a saving throw then?
Yeah, you will make a saving throw. Never mind. Yeah. Go ahead and make a roll a d20.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Not close. 6.
All right, you have one failed death saving throw.
Okay. So I'm going to. The bag of bones is right there, right?
Yes.
I'm going to.
And hold on, let me see.
He can pick it up.
Creature
It's
takes-
when
He's
my
unconscious.
no, it's when my turn ended.
Start of
when
your
my
next-
turn
yeah.
end,
What?
yeah. So
Yeah,
it can be picked up.
yeah.
Say he's
The
I thought it
creatures
was
begin to sort of shake off whatever effect they were feeling before.
So I'm going to kind of roll. Actually, I'm gonna use my. Where's my spec? Oh, he's behind me. Kind of.
He's right there.
Yeah. The guy, is he in between me and the zombies?
He is. Or the vampires, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use him as like a kind of like a guys. I'm gonna stick my scythe like kind of through him willingly because he's gonna allow me through to grab the bag of bones like with the scythe and like hook it towards me.
You're gonna have to take a step forward. It's just out of 10 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll step like beside him and I guess do it and try to grab it.
Okay. I'm gonna say go ahead and make an attack roll.
An attack roll.
Yeah, because it's basically just you're using the scythe in a different way, but
13. I went ahead and did it in D&D Beyond.
13.
On the to hit the bag.
Yeah, you do touch the bag. However, it's not enough to quite finesse it to pull the bag towards you. You just sort of cut a piece of the bag.
Okay.
It just wasn't quite a
I'm going-
finesseful enough move to pull it.
Yeah. I'm going to. Oh, see, I didn't know I was gonna have to attack. I was trying to like do a dexterous move.
Yeah, I mean
Shit.
that's we're using your capabilities with
Yeah.
the weapon to do it. If you'd rolled higher, it would have succeeded. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm going to do it again.
Okay,
This one's a 23.
that one works, and you manage to get your scythe through the hole that you cut, and actually turn your scythe and pull it forward and catch the bag in your hand. Now both the vampires look directly at you. And I want you all, as you all are now outside, you start hearing an absolute clamor. The bells are still ringing. You now hear people screaming. Further down the street, you actually see a pack of wolves beginning to rush down and chasing civilians. You see two guards on your other side rushing down a back alley and are absolutely tackled by two zombies that begin to just tear apart their flesh. These are a good distance away from you, but it's starting to become clear that this town is in complete chaos. Okay.
I'm gonna use my I'm just gonna start booking it away, but I'll use my bonus action to Misty Step completely out of their sight.
If I'm not mistaken, you have no more spell slots.
Oh, I didn't mark it off and we didn't get a. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a short rest. That's right. I thought
Yeah.
I had a short rest.
Nope.
Shit, fuck. Then I'm gonna use my bonus, my third attack to just the guy
Just-
with the blunt end.
Which one?
I guess the closest one to me.
Okay.
Ah, shit. 12.
That misses. As you try to smack him with the blunt end, this one just blocks away with the back of its hand. All right, Van Renfield, it is now your turn.
Then I'm going to run
Oh.
with the rest of my.
Oh, gotcha.
Movement.
Okay. Where are you going?
I guess towards Van Renfield. Is that would be towards the chapel? I guess. I don't know where
Let's
Malachi
see.
doesn't know where he wants to go.
Okay.
I'll roll randomly actually.
You know that the direction is somewhere to the west. That's what you know. And you
Okay,
know
so
that
I'm
would
gonna
be
have to
that
roll-
would be in Van Renfield's general direction. You're not
Okay,
lost.
So I have to roll 8 or higher to go in that direction.
If you want to do this.
Okay, I'm gonna go in that direction.
Okay.
I roll 19. with all 30 feats.
Okay. This one is going to get an attack of opportunity. It rolls a 12.
That misses.
Which misses. Okay. How did this work?
So
Okay.
now my ghost is to attack.
Yep. What do you want your ghost to do?
He's gonna attack the one that's closest. That just attacked me.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attacks.
I'll go just do it on the d20. 14. No.
That
15. 15.
that just barely hits.
Yep. Because I forgot I have a +6 now to attack. 16.
Okay.
Rolled an 8.
Wow.
Oh, 14, sorry. It's 14.
14.
8 plus the 6.
Reduced to
Yes.
7 as the necrotic damage does not quite do what the zombies
Then
what the specter's hoping.
D4. Then a DC 14.
Okay.
Constitution.
That is. Did you say Constitution?
Let me check. What was
No,
it?
I don't think it's Constitution. I think it's Intelligence or Wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah, wisdom saving. That's right.
Yeah, it's a big difference because it
Yeah,
fails now. As the zombie just looks horrified as it takes necrotic damage and just looks up at the zombie, or the specter, just terrified. All right.
And then the specter's just gonna follow behind me and sit directly behind me, between me and him.
All right.
Like he's protecting me essentially.
Van Renfield, it is your turn. You have watched Findral be knocked unconscious through the doors, and you have watched Malachi grab the bag of bones in his hand. Both of them are in two different directions. What are you doing?
Oh, Malachi got the bag.
Malachi does have the bag of bones.
Okay, cool. In that case, I want to run over. Like, would I really? I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I would. Okay, so I'm gonna run over to this vampire spawn that's like menacing over Findra.
Okay.
And I want to. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a swipe at it with my sword. Twice.
All right.
My hero.
Go ahead and make an attack.
First one is 22 to hit,
That hits.
and then the second one is also 22 to hit.
Those
Okay.
both hit.
Okay. And then 16 damage, and then plus yeah, 16 again. So 32
Wow.
damage.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, those were sick rolls.
I was gonna say, fuck.
All
fuck
right.
him up.
I
fucked
him up.
Okay. As you just hack this vampire nearly to pieces. If this were a normal human, it would have just been cleaved in two. But its chest is gashed open, and its shoulder right here, your sword just slices through, and it's almost open, and you can see its bone isn't quite connected to its arm anymore at the moment as it's slumped, as it just looks right at you.
Can
Zem-
I
Go ahead.
further, after I do that, like, move into that is there any way I can move into that building and, like, to grab, like, Findra? I know I can't grab him yet, but, like...
Yeah, you can move right there, but it's going to get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, nah. I'm gonna hold my
You're
ground on it.
right where you are. You could grab him from.
Yeah,
you could pull him
yeah.
out if you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. Toad, you are up.
I
Oh, actually, wait. I have
Can
one. I'm so
Hold on.
sorry, Toad. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I have just like one action that I want to.
Go quick.
Yeah, I want to yell at Malachi, like, "Get the bones to the crypt. Take them to the resting place."
Okay. All right, Toad. Now your turn.
Can I retrieve my daggers
Yes.
and then come up behind this vampire that's like right like in front of me, the one that Bloodhawk is next to, and then just make 2 dagger attacks on it?
Okay. So as your bonus action, I'm going to say you're using. Well, hold on. Okay, so if you rush forward, you can pick up the 2 daggers. We'll say as. What I'm going to say is you have to use your bonus action to pick up both daggers.
Okay, that's fair.
And then.
But I want to get the one that Bloodhawk is next to.
Okay. So you pick up your both daggers right there, and then you move.
Oh
to
wait,
attack.
but if I do that, does he get an attack of opportunity?
If you're right there, no, you're fine. So basically, you're right
Okay.
here. You're going here and picking up your dagger right there and right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've used your bonus
Okay.
action. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Okay, first roll is 17.
That hits. No advantage, by the way.
Okay. Second roll is, oh goodness, a 10.
Okay, the first one hits, the second does not. But you do get
Okay.
sneak attack on the first one.
All right.
God bless Bloodhawk for just chilling there.
Charlie is a G.
Okay, 18 points of damage.
Okay. All right. The daggers still do not seem to be quite doing the damage you had hoped, but they are still hurting. Okay. At that point, you see these vampires, some of their wounds beginning to heal as well. And the one who had the bag before looks to the other two and says, "Get the bag!" And they are going to rush forward. Bloodhawk and Toad, you can make attacks of opportunity if you would like.
Yes, I would
Okay.
very much like.
I would
Van
also like to
Renfield,
do
you can also make an attack of opportunity against this vampire as he seems to disengage from Findral and begin to chase after.
Do
Yeah,
those attacks
right.
of opportunity get advantage because we're within 5 feet of each other?
Bloodhawk does, yes. And
Can I use a spell for my attack of opportunity?
no, that's a specific feat to do that.
Okay.
You know what my dumbass
Do I
pretty
get-
good?
Hold on one second.
Do I get an attack of opportunity? Sorry.
Yeah, yes, you get an attack of opportunity, Toad.
19.
Do I get one against both of them or just
No,
one?
just one. So,
Okay.
all right, so go ahead and roll damage for Bloodhawk.
7.
7, okay. Toad,
I'm rolling.
okay.
Okay, I rolled a 22.
That hits. Since this is, okay, Chris, I've always wondered this. Is this still part of the same turn as a reaction?
A reaction, you can use a reaction at any point during a round.
Let's
A
see.
round being when you starts back on your turn.
Once per, so basically I'm trying to decide if Toad gets sneak attack.
But you can't do that on a
Um,
reaction attack.
Let me
Hold
think.
on.
let me read the rogue. Sneak attack once per turn. Yeah, it's once per turn.
This says yes. The verbiage one
Yeah.
definitely allows for use of sneak
I think it
attack
does.
out of
It's not part of
turn.
their turn. It's
Rogue
not
gets
during
this, and I'll
their.
get a reaction.
Cool.
Let's do it. So you get sneak attack,
Hell
Toad.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I think it makes it one of the benefits of being a up close rogue, as
Yeah.
opposed to a far away one.
Yeah.
Ooh. 11 damage.
11 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. These vampires, however, seem barely seem to pay attention to these slashes as they chase after Malachi. Okay.
My
Only one of them
attack
can
of
chase me.
opportunity chase was I
Two-
got an
one-
18 to hit and then a 16 damage on my guy.
Gotcha.
Also, one of them is frightened by my specter and could not pursue.
One of them could not pursue. As the rest of them flee, this one just chase after. This one just looks horrified. As it begins to actually take a step back, and you all already got your attacks opportunity, but it runs away in the other direction. Okay, so now is when we'll do the skill challenge. Okay, but what we are going to do right now is I'm going to let those of you who want to pursue. Findral is currently unconscious. Xemnas, you're upstairs with an unconscious vampire. Go ahead and tell me who would like to pursue as Malachi rushes forward with two vampire spawn on his
I have
heel.
a question.
Go ahead.
Could I potentially try to do like a medicine check to stabilize Findra?
Yeah, you can roll a medicine check to try to stabilize him.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Go ahead
And
and
then
roll.
because that informs whether I want to pursue or not, even though
If you do this, if you try to do a medicine check, I'm going to have to treat that as one failure if you decide to pursue. So
for
you
me,
have
not a failure for Findra's like save or
no.
anything. Failure for me.
A failure
Yeah,
for
that's
your
fine.
pursuit. So
That's
you'd still
fine.
have two
That's
failures,
fine.
but
I was like, what if I was like, if I try and save him and it fucks him up? Anyway, yeah, I accept that. I'll try and
Yes.
save him,
Death.
stabilize him.
Xemnas, are you pursuing as well?
No, I'm the farthest away, so I'm gonna hang back.
Okay.
I got 17
I'm gonna
for my
pursue.
medicine check.
Yeah, so I'm just running off.
Van Renfield, you are able to stabilize Findral. Findral, you are not conscious, however, you are not dying.
I'm gonna leave him and pursue.
Okay.
And then I am gonna tie up that vampire upstairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna hog tie.
So,
Hog tie his ass.
all right, Xemnas, you are spending your time tying up the vampire. Findral, you are unconscious. Toad, are you pursuing?
Yeah.
Toad and Van Renfield pursue after Malachi. We are now going to take a short break, and when we return, we're going to pick back up with you, Zantix.
Bruh.
This is
Sick.
fucking
Back your
crazy.
nose. I just
Dude,
picked up
I have
bugs.
so few HP. Oh my god.
Yeah, everyone buckle in, because we have now entered what is
TPK.
commonly referred to
TPK.
as Saint
TPK.
Andral's Feast. So, everyone go
What's
ahead
it
and
called?
Saint Andral's Feast.
Oh fuck.
That
But
sounds
heavily edited.
Ominous.
Sounds fucking hot.
All right, everyone go ahead and take your bathroom
Sounds like
breaks. We'll
some
be back.
red wedding shit.
Okay, we are back. Shout out to you, Grobit, always being our one viewer every session. It is not unappreciated, and it is exceptionally, is very, very appreciated and recognized. Okay, so picking back up with you, Zantix. You gotta get the music going. Okay, you have just watched as Doru tore into Donovic's neck. His teeth are still sunk into his father's neck. Donovic is bleeding now. As it's Donovic's turn, he reaches up and grabs his son's coat and just yells, Doru, please. And Donovic then he's going to cast Bane. So that means that. So yeah. However, let's see. The wolves seem to just be very distracted and a bit overwhelmed by whatever energy Donovic is casting out. However, Doru seems unaffected. Irina is going to try to shove Doru off of Donovic. As she rushes forward with her shield, however, Doru does not budge. In fact, he just seems to grip his father even harder and just look at Irina and just sort of give out a almost growl. It sounds almost feral. Zantix, it is your turn.
You'd lock him in a basement.
Okay. Let's see, 5, 10. Okay.
It's true, dude. You did keep him chained up in a basement. Not that Van Renfield would ever do anything like keep a loved one chained in a basement.
Never. Never.
That doesn't sound like it. Okay. All right. So this holy water that I have is in a flask.
Yeah, it's in a flask.
Okay. Is it like a metal flask or like glass?
It's glass. It's glass.
Okay. I'll step in front of Father Lucian, and I will. God, this better fucking go well. I'm going to hurl the holy water at Doru. Is that his name?
Yeah. Okay.
The vampire.
You're going to just have a +2 modifier to this because you're not proficient with it.
Yeah.
It's an improvised weapon.
Yeah, improvised weapon for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Oh,
yes.
man.
The rolls this round are
They
just
are
so exceptional.
key.
Incredible.
Okay. All right. So, how we're going to do this is, if the target is a fiend or dead, it takes 2. Okay. Go ahead and roll. We're going to double the damage. So go ahead and roll 4d6 radiant damage.
Riggedy wrecked.
That's 17 points of radiant damage.
Damn. Okay, as you hurl the flask, it shatters over Doru's head as you see his skin begin to burn. And I mean, you just nail him straight in the side of the face. And now you can see there are just burns all across his face as his face begins to just sizzle and crack, and it's turning almost black. And you notice it's not healing like it should, and he's just screaming out. He pulls his teeth from his father's neck, and he just screams out, but he's still clutching his father's arms. Okay, would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
I'll lean back to Father Lucian and say, do you have another flask?
He turns and goes, no, I don't.
Let's see. I don't know if I have anything that I can do with my bonus action. I can write something with my quill. That's it.
Are you doing anything?
No, I'm
okay.
good.
All right. What about Zantix 2?
I'll step behind this queue and like duck behind it. Hopefully get some cover.
Okay, that is 3/4 cover. What about Zantix 2?
Zantix 2. I will fly him like just right on top of Father Donovic and help him by distracting
Doru.
the Doru.
Okay. Okay. Father Lucian.
Oh, I'll call out and say, "See how the holy water burns him? That is not your son."
Okay. All right. Father Lucian is going to say, well, I may not have another flask, but... And he just sort of kisses the sunburst necklace he has around himself, and he is going to cast Guiding Bolt on one of the wolves. And that is going to hit. Steals. And he just reaches out his hand and shoots a bolt of radiant energy that smacks against this wolf that was on Donovic's arm. And just, you see the divine energy just burn a hole straight through the wolf's torso as the wolf backs up and falls to the ground dead. Father Lucian sort of gets a bit wide-eyed and sort of has a smile on his face. It is this wolf's turn, however, and he is going to try to make a bite at Father Lucian, but Irina is going to step forward with her shield and give the wolf disadvantage. And that works. And the wolf lunges forward but is beaten back by Irina's shield as she defends Donovic as best she can. Okay. With that, we are going to cut back to the skill challenge that we have for the rest of you all. Okay. So, at this point, Malachi, you are fleeing through the town with two vampire spawn dead on your heels. As you are rushing forward, you are now running through an alleyway. You see the street ahead of you, but in between you are two wolves. Now, there's two houses in front, there's different alleyways to the side, but directly ahead of you is the street, and there's two wolves in your way. What do you want to do?
Two big wolves?
Two big wolves. And just to take a quick pause, be very, you all can be very creative with these skill checks. Don't think you have to rely on athletics or acrobatics or just things like that. If you have a spell, that can work. If you want to try to use your investigation to figure out a way around a difficult situation. Use your skills that you're good at and really think creatively to try to solve some of these tasks. Okay. What would you like to do?
So
There are two wolves standing
me.
over a dead body, as they seem to be eating it and just now noticing you. Are
And
there.
is there other directions, or are they the direction that I know the chapel to be, or the resting place to be?
There, I mean, you know that the chapel is west, and you're heading in that direction. Basically, you're cutting straight towards the street, and you're in an alleyway. So there's different alleys that conject. It's basically just a cluster of houses around you right now.
Okay, I'm not gonna go straight to the wolves. I'm gonna take a left.
Okay. So I'm gonna say.
And
you're
as
gonna-
I'm going,
Go ahead.
I'm going. So what's the road made out of?
Right now it's dirt.
Dirt. I'm gonna take an Eldritch Blast and just hit a huge cloud of dirt, just massive dust cloud between me and those, so they don't know which direction I go.
Okay.
Because it's just
Yeah,
it's just
okay.
force damage. Just
I want you to let's roll a deception check, because you are casting that and so that they can't see where you're going. It's basically a distraction.
Oh, that was the wrong one. All right, let me pull up my skills. Can I roll directly for my skills?
Yeah. It's +6.
Oh, I just pressed the button.
Yeah, the D&D round is legit.
18.
Huh?
Oh, I thought that was it's a 2, not a 12.
What'd you roll?
8. An 8. Oh, I'm gonna add D6.
Okay.
16.
16. You slam your 2 Eldritch Blasts onto the ground, and they kick up dirt, and you manage to duck to the left. As you're running through this behind this house now, you see the 2 wolves run in the direction you came. You came from, not seeming to know where you went. They went back in the direction that you come from. You cut around the house, and now you can see that you're in a bit of open yard, and you can hear to your right a big clamor. To your right is a row of houses, and you know that in front of those houses is the street. However, Toad, as you are running forward, you now see those 2 wolves rushing down the alleyway, as they seem to be coming in your direction, but they do not seem to notice you yet. What do you want to do?
Are they in my way in the alleyway? Like I need to go past them to get to where I need to go?
Yeah, you can cut off in different directions, but they are directly in front of you, where Malachi went.
Okay. So just so I'm clear about like the layout of what's happening.
Mhm.
So Malachi went past them into the left.
You're not sure. You didn't see Malachi
Okay.
go. Actually,
You saw a big dirt cloud.
let's see.
Okay.
Roll
do
roll a perception check. This isn't going to count as your roll for the skill check, but go ahead and roll a perception.
Okay. 14.
14. That's enough to see where Malachi went, because you saw him just throw down the dirt, and the dirt seems to really only have distracted the wolves. But
Okay.
where are you going?
Another question. Do I see the vampires? Or are they still like?
Yeah, they're still giving chase. The wolves seem to have run right past the vampires and kept going.
Okay. Can I just like sneak past the wolves?
Yeah, roll a stealth.
28.
28. As you duck to the side, the wolves seem to run right past. As you duck behind a house, it only takes them a second to run by you, and you just run straight on. Okay. Van Renfield, you also, as you finish stabilizing Findraw, pick up your gear and begin to rush off. Just as these back alleyways begin to form, you now see these two wolves rushing as well. What would you like to do? They don't seem to be noticing your presence yet.
Yeah, can I see where Malachi went?
You cannot. You're a bit behind. You know the general direction they ran. They ran.
Yeah, I mean, I want to head in the direction of the crypts.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to head to the church.
Okay. You see these two wolves ahead of you that are rushing in your direction. What do you want to do? To try to either avoid them or get past them or what?
I would like to... Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do a classic. Actually, can I do like a survival check to maybe do like a wolf call to try and like make them go somewhere else?
Yeah. Okay. I'd say that would be. Yeah. To do a wolf call to lead them on a different trail. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're hold on.
All right, one sec.
You're making a wolf call because that might lead them towards you.
Yeah, I think I'm. I don't know. I have a good survival modifier.
We gotta think
wolves,
quick.
But I know. I'm just gonna do a classic acrobatics dip and weave. Try to like juke and dodge these.
Okay,
guys.
go ahead and roll acrobatics.
12.
As you rush forward, you try to duck between one of the wolves, but one of them catches you on the arm, which is going to deal 1 point of piercing damage as one of the wolves catches you in the arm, pulls you to the side, and it takes a second for you to... And you actually have to rip some of your coat sleeve, but you manage to pull your arm free and rush on after. The wolves seem a bit uninterested as they just seem to be chasing down the cacophony of noises that are surrounding you. Okay, Malachi, you've cut forward and you are now in these back behind these houses. You seem to be sort of in the clear as you are running forward, but you do see that there is a number of fences along the way. If you want to cut back to the road, you're going to have to hop or look for a way to get through these fences. Otherwise, you are going to have to continue through what is rough and wooded terrain around the backs of these houses along the edge of the gates.
Shit. So to get back onto the main road, I'm gonna have to hop a fence or two.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll just do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll acrobatics. Or athletics.
We'll do acrobatics.
Toad, you are a bit behind, but you are seeing the same thing.
23.
23, you easily hop over the fence, and there's even a second one. You manage to hop both of them. You're now back on the main road. You see people running through the streets screaming as they're chased down by dire wolves, even a few werewolves, a couple of vampires spawn. It is absolute chaos. Toad, what would you like to do?
I think I'm just gonna do the same and try to roll acrobatics.
Okay, go ahead and roll acrobatics.
My ghost is still right on my trail because he's
just hovering right behind you.
nervous. Okay.
Like when you hold a green
Oh,
shell
shit.
behind you in Mario Kart.
22.
22. Even with your short stature, you're able to get a running jump and just climb up the wood and hop over the fence. Okay, just to get a sense of things, Zimnus, what are you doing back at the coffin maker's house?
Well, now that I've tied up the vampire, I guess I'm gonna carry him downstairs and go check on Findral and make sure he's all right.
Okay, you find Findral. You carry the
There's
vampire.
also the coffin maker still in there, right?
As you come downstairs, you see no sign of the coffin maker. You do have the vampire spawn over your shoulder, and you see Findral laying on the floor, in a pool of his own blood, but does seem to be stable.
I think I'm gonna put the vampire down, pick Findral up, at least put him in a chair so he's not laying in the friggin' doorway.
Okay.
Let
And then, would I hear anything outside going on?
You hear chaos. You hear screams. You hear wolf howls. You hear all kinds of horrible noises and people screaming.
But from no particular direction.
Every direction.
I think I'm just gonna chill there.
Okay. All right. Are you wanting to do anything to like barricade or?
Yeah, that's
or
probably a good idea. Yeah. I would like to barricade the doors and windows.
Go ahead and roll a.
So that's
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Survival. 1 sec.
Okay, and I'll let you decide, because I mean, you could try to stay quiet, you could barricade, you could. I'll let you kind of pick how you want to do this. So, are you wanting to barricade and roll a survival?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
13.
13. It is not as secure as you'd hoped. There is wood and tools, but you're in a hurry and you're very frantic. You're not sure how well it's going to hold, but it's what you've got for now. Okay. Van Renfield, you are still behind. You've now reached the alleyway where you saw Malachi, but you no longer have eyes on him. You can move out to you can head out straight to the road, but you still see no sight of him. What do you want to do?
Investigation check to try and discern where he's gone.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
20.
So you're actually able to see the two marks where the Eldritch Blast hit the ground, and you're actually able to see a scuff in the dirt, which looks like a boot print that seems to have turned to the left. So you're able to deduce that he probably gave a distraction, kicked up some dirt, and ran to the left. So you chase right after him. That's a success.
Yep, great.
Okay. Malachi, you've now hopped back into you and Toad are now hopped back into the center of town. You can actually see Toad a few houses down to the right. He's not very far behind, but where you are right now is you have approached the town center, the town square. You see people running horrified as zombies begin to pour out of one of the buildings, seemingly have already dispatched with many of the inhabitants. You see, you actually see the bodies of the people who are on the stockades. The 4 people, 2 of them being the Watcher boys, have been mutilated and in many instances torn apart, legs torn off. Someone's head is missing. It seems that they were absolutely defenseless as wolves and zombies ran through the town.
Should've just let me kill him.
as you rush forward, you see a woman rush forward, and she grips you by the coat and says, "Please help me!" As you see 3 zombies begin to approach behind
I'm giving
her.
her the Derrick Henry stiff arm.
Okay, go ahead and let's just roll
With
it.
the
Go ahead.
back of my side, just like get the fuck away from me.
Okay, go ahead and
Go ahead and roll a cruelty check.
What am I gonna do? Did she chasing me?
Go ahead and roll an acrobatics. Toad, are you doing? What are you doing as you
love it.
see this as well?
Natural 20.
You just scooch her across, and she falls to the ground. Toad.
Oh, well, can I just, this is awful, can I just like hop over her and continue to follow Malachi?
You just watched me Derrick
Yeah,
Henry
roll another
cross
acrobatics check.
We got places to be. Acrobatics, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. 21. The rolls are good. tonight.
21. You just swat her aside, and you hop right over her, and you barely even look back as you can hear her scream as she struggles to get up, but is
Fucking Brian all
caught
up
by
our
the
ass.
3 zombies that catch her and begin to horribly tear her apart. Van Renfield, you are now rushing into these backyards as we spoke of earlier, and you manage to you hear all this cacophony of sounds. How would you like to proceed? You see fences to your right and trees and rough terrain ahead of you. And you know the main road is over those fences to your right.
I want to hit the main road and beeline it for the church, I think.
Okay, go ahead and roll either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
$15.
15. You're just barely able to hop over the fence and keep your momentum going. You can just now see Toad and Malachi ahead as you continue moving on. Okay, cutting back to you, Zemnis. You now have barricaded the doors and windows as best you can, but you do begin to hear pounding on one of the back windows. It begins to get louder
Can I
and
try
louder.
to-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I try to take Malachi, Fendral, and hide us somewhere?
Don't you have a
No.
potion?
Do I have a potion?
Do you?
Oh, don't you?
If I did, I didn't know it.
No, he does not.
No.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check, Zemnis.
Barrel
A
roll
10.
big boy.
Huh?
That did not.
Yeah.
I did
A
not.
10.
I rolled
As you begin to pick Findra up and drag him upstairs, you hear just a clatter as one of the chairs, as you knock one of the chairs over. As soon as the chair hits the ground, you hear the pounding on the windows grow louder and louder as you hear boards being ripped off. You see a couple of undead hands poking through. It doesn't seem your barricade's holding. Okay. Cutting back, Malachi, you are now rushing through the town center. You're now cutting along the main road, but you reach there's 2 directions. One of them to the right leads to, you're actually not sure. You know that the general direction is in the left, but there's 2 roads, one that curves to the right and one that curves to the left.
And they're both heading west.
They're both heading in a westerly direction, yeah.
Shit.
Toad is caught up to you, And as you take just a second to get your bearings, and Van Renfield is just behind you. And you both see this split in the road as well.
Go to the right.
Okay.
I never even slow down. Malachi would just pick a direction and just go.
Okay. All right,
Just
Malachi
go for 'em.
cuts it to the right. Toad, Van Renfield.
I'll do the same to keep Malachi in sight.
Yeah, I want to do the same. I'm not close enough yet to. I have Eldritch Blast, which has a range of 120 feet. Am I within 120 feet of any of these vampire spawns yet?
I mean, there's a. Oh yeah, you are. You are.
I would like to blast one.
Okay.
I would like to blast two because I can shoot two beams.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
First one is a 14. Second one is a 13.
They both whistle and just catch the ground just behind them. Unable to. All right. You all continue to keep moving. Do you follow to the right?
Yeah, I want to follow.
Okay. Malachi, up ahead you see the main road, and you feel the vampire spawn are just on your heels. You see the main road that cuts through town. Up ahead, you see a stampede of flaming horses
Of course.
that are
Damn right,
they're
Armageddon.
undead. They're called nightmares. They are
Fucking Book of Revelation.
they are stampeding through the town.
Whoa,
You
how
know-
are we gonna fucking live through this? We have no anything.
You are able to tell that if you were to keep going, you would end up in front of the stampede. So you would either have to slow down with the vampire right on your heel, or try to do something else to cut in a different direction. There's shops and houses and alleyways to your left.
I'm letting slowing down. I'm gonna look at a clear alleyway. If I don't see anyone in it, as I'm running, I'm just gonna go.
Roll
cut
a
straight to there.
perception. Roll a perception check.
I'm not running in front of that stampede. Two. So, not
You're
good.
wet.
You cut to the left, thinking the alley looks clear, and as soon as you cut around, you feel 4 arms just grab you, and you see that they are basically 2 zombies cut in half as they both are clawing at your legs and slowing you down. It takes you a moment, and you fall to the ground a bit, but you manage to bring your scythe around and cut off 2 of their arms. And it takes a moment to pick yourself back up, and you see the 2
As
vampire
that
spawn.
happens, my specter is just grabbing me and picking me straight back up.
And yeah, and you see the 2 vampire spawn notice your direction and immediately cut back behind the alley. They are directly behind you. Toad is directly behind them. What are you doing, Toad? Van Renfield, you as well.
I would like to throw some of my ball bearings on the ground and try to make the 2 vampires fall.
Okay, go ahead and let's see. Go ahead and roll an attack. You only get roll a d20 plus 4.
Okay. $23.
23. As you pick up your ball bearings, you hurl them in front of you, and you manage to get it just in front, and they spill out so that the 2 vampire spawn fall to the ground, giving Malachi enough of a head lead to counteract his failure. I do need you, Toad, to make an acrobatics check if you follow behind them in that alley.
Okay. Oh, jeez. 7.
7. Unfortunately, as you rush forward, you're tripping and falling over the beads as well. You are actually able to, since you knew they were there and see they're coming, you are able to pick yourself up a bit faster than the vampire spawn. However, one of them is able to reach forward and slash at your back. You take 4 points of slashing damage. Van Renfield, you now are rushing forward and you see just where Malachi turned down, and you see Toad getting slashed in the back and these vampire spawn getting up off the ground.
Well, it's all 3 of them right there.
Yeah, Toad is now on his feet running. The vampire spawn are just now getting to their feet.
Okay, yeah. Am I within 10 feet of these things?
Yes, you can be, yeah.
Alright, I want to hit them with Arms of Hater.
Okay.
So I basically I reach down and I grab the book from my belt and I like hold it out in front of me, go ah, and then tendrils of dark energy erupt from me, and everything has to make a DC 12 strength check.
All right. As it lashes out, the tendrils flail and smack one of the zombies clear back. It is now 15 feet back behind you. One of the zombies, however, is unaffected. Go ahead and make a...
Do I get to roll damage on one of them? Because I do 2d6 of necrotic damage.
It's not really going to matter since y'all aren't in combat. Vampires get to regenerate very quickly, unless you want to stay and fight. However, that vampire is thrown backwards. The one that was not thrown backwards takes a claw swipe at you, dealing 3 points of slashing damage. And it is now just behind you as well. However, there's now only one vampire spawn behind you. Okay. Zemnis, you now are carrying Findral up the stairs. You've gotten him up the stairs, and you close the door that leads upstairs behind you as well. What would you like to do as you now hear the fumbling footsteps of the undead fumbling up the stairs?
Is there any way I can barricade that door?
Yes. Let's see. How do you think you would do that? There are the fragments of the wooden crates. There's furniture in the room behind you.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
I've got my smith tools with me, so I would have a hammer, and I would assume some of those crates would have nails in them.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll a check with your smith's tools then. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to say let's make a wisdom check with your smith's tools. So
With
you're going...
advantage?
No, not with advantage. Well... How would this work? With the tools, would tools give you advantage?
I would think if I was proficient, they would.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and have you do a wisdom check. I think they just give you a proficiency bonus. So you're going to roll with a +4.
Okay. With a +4. 23 from my first roll.
That'll succeed. As you manage to take the hammer and the nails and you very skillfully barricade this door much better than the last one, since it's just one door you're having to focus on. You just hear pounding on the door, but the door seems to be holding. All right. Malachi, you are now moving through this alleyway, and you and Toad and Van Renfield are all running just as fast as you can. There manages to be now another split in the road. You know that, and this one's easier to tell. The split to the right leads back to the main road. The split to the left leads around a residential district. The road to the right, you know, is more direct. The road to the left, you know, seems to be a bit less crowded.
I'm gonna go the less crowded route.
Okay.
Because there's so much chaos. Malachi's thinking is like, the less people see me, the better.
Okay.
Like uninterrupted running is substantially faster than a direct route with interruption.
We'll go ahead and roll a stealth check then. Toad and Van Renfield, you're right behind him as well.
Didn't mean that wasn't the roll, by the way.
Are y'all doing the same thing?
At this point, I just want to follow him. To see where he's going.
Toad and Van Renfield, roll stealth checks as well.
16 plus 21.
21, that's a success.
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
15.
15. You all begin to move and run relatively unaccosted. This route does seem to be less crowded. However, Toad does, as he's running, step on a loud branch that's on the road, and as soon as it cracks, you see a wolf in an alley just beside you perk up and chase after you, pawing at your ankle and causing you to trip a bit. It deals 1 slashing damage, and you're knocked prone a bit, and it takes you a second to get back up. You're now a good little distance behind. Go ahead.
This feels like the Maw and Halo and the Warthog.
All right. You all do reach the end of the residential district. Now all that's left is the main road, and the wolf now is behind you, as is the vampire spawn. The vampire spawn's right on your heels now, Toad. And as you all begin to turn onto the main road, you see something in the sky. You see in the sky another one of these flaming horses galloping through the night air, as it begins to circle overhead the chapel and then slowly descend. You all are now quite a bit away from the chapel. It's just a long stretch now, but you see this flaming horse descend and step right in front of the chapel, its rider slowly stepping off and walking towards the chapel.
It's strong.
Zantix. We are now picking back up with you. It is now Piddlewick's turn. Piddlewick is going to duck behind this pew, and then come up over and hurl 2 daggers at this wolf. As Piddlewick launches both of his daggers, one lands in the wolf's neck, the other just in its ribs, and the wolf begins to sort of limp a bit as it slowly slumps to the ground, dead. All right. However, it is now Doru's turn. Doru, looking rather burned and unable to heal its wounds from its the burning flesh from its from the holy water. However, the vampire spawn just and just begins to tear down at his father's flesh through the chainmail.
Good.
Successes.
It's not good.
No, it's not.
Famously being bitten by a vampire is ill-advised.
All right. He reaches down and claws at Donovic. 5, 8, and then bares his teeth and bites down into his father's neck once again. Okay. He's ripped open a hole in the chainmail, carved at a piece of Donovic's neck as well, and then bore his teeth and bit right in. Donovic just... You can just see blood pouring down his neck. He looks barely alive as he's just struggling to get free. Okay. Donovic is then going to... Donovic is going to... I'm sorry. And his sword is going to glow bright white as he reaches up and thrusts the sword, swiping at Doru, dealing... 18 points of damage, some of that necrotic. As Doru screams out, his flesh burning, as the radiant energy just emanates from in his wound. Donovic just looks barely holding on as he's still under his son's grip. Irina is once again going to try to shove Doru off of him. And this time, after the wound, she's able to, shoving Doru 5 feet away. And now Donovic is no longer in his grip. She then approaches, just readying herself to defend him once again. Zantix, it is your turn.
Okay, I am... tell me if this is a free action. I've got 3 of the oil flasks. I just want to take them out and set them on the altar.
Mm-hmm.
And tell the 3 peasants standing around, empty these out and fill them with holy water. And then I'll cast Flaming Sphere.
Okay.
In the square, diagonal to Doru. Upper diagonal. Yeah. And
Great ball of fire.
And bonus action ram that into him.
Okay. Roll the 2d6. Or is that what level you're casting at?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only level I've got.
He fails his saving throw.
Okay.
Hold him.
4. And 6 points of fire damage.
Okay. 6 points of fire damage. All right. It is now Father Lucian's turn. Go
And I'll
ahead.
duck back behind the pew.
Okay. Right here with the peasants. Okay.
I'm just behind the pew.
Oh,
This-
pew.
Same spot.
Right,
I just duck back down.
Yeah.
That's where I was. Yeah.
All right, Father Lucian. Father Lucian is going to use his cantrip of Sacred Flame. However, Doru is able to succeed on that, so the spell has no effect. But Father Lucian is going to just sort of grumble and go, and you can tell he sort of reaches in his coat to try to get the flask that he poured out earlier, and then gets kind of sad that it's not there anymore. But all right. As this happens, you now see, you hear the neighing of horses and the beating of hooves. And you see around the corner a figure walking in very slowly.
It's Malachi. He made it.
Yay!
And he
And
walks in, and you just hear his voice go, "Well, well, this is quite the feast we have here." And he looks around at everyone and grins. And this man is wearing a big long coat, a breastplate, and he has a long sword at his side. And he has long hair, a bit of facial hair, all very clean and kempt. His skin pale, and as he grins, he bares his two fangs. And he looks around and he sees Donovic on the ground, and he goes, "Well, well, Father Donovic. Glad to see you and your precious Doru are reacquainted. And you, my beautiful Tatiana." And she looks at him just horrified. But as she looks at him, he reaches out his hand and he says, "Come, my love. We should depart from such places." And you see her expression go blank as she sort of stares at him and lowers her shield and drops her shield and sword and just stares. All right. As this happens, Malachi, you are rounding the corner to the chapel. You are just outside the door, just peeking through to see this man walk in. Van Renfield and Toad, you're not too far behind. And that is where we'll pick up next session.
Ah!
Oh,
God.
Knew I should
How
kill that
can you do
bitch.
this to us?
Knew I should have killed her.
All right.
She's got that dagger. She's got that sacrificial dagger you gave her. So like, there's that.
That's true.
She ain't gonna do the right thing.
She can kill
I
herself.
think Fiona
She ain't
watched
doing the
her
right
dead.
thing.
Deal with her ass. She was like, "It's the night happening tonight." So
I'm gonna get me a vampire daddy tonight.
Mhm.
All right.
It's literally the apocalypse out there.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's Revelation. It's a freaking disaster event.
We started off fucking a catastrophe when we're all like 1/3 health with no anything.
Yeah.
We're fucking lit, yo.
As soon as y'all
Dude,
were like,
this
yeah, we can go
specter
straight to the
is
coffin
all-
maker's house, I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, ooh. Y'all have
Are
done
you
well,
sure?
though. Y'all have done well. Only one of you's
Are you
unconscious.
sure about that?
Zimnus is straight up in like Dawn of the Dead right now as being like,
Dude, it doesn't feel like we're doing well. I feel like
I
the
have
flood
8
is
health.
chasing me in Halo.
yeah.
I have
It's
8 health. Findraw is unconscious somewhere.
Just like on the ground.
Per
who has all
usual,
the
but-
health potions?
Yeah, who's hogging all the goddamn health potions? We've got like 6 of them.
Seriously, don't we have health potions?
Is it Malachi?
I have a health ointment, but like,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that you forget about the health ointment is that it's got like 4 uses. So
yeah, but I didn't think I could like jam it out. And
It has
put it in,
6
like, Ziploc bags.
It has 6 uses.
Let me reiterate.
There's
We
6
have like
uses.
4 to 5 health potions. Who in the hell has
Other
them
people
in their
have health
inventory?
potions. I have the ointment, but that's it. But I
we
can't
don't
just
have
like,
that many health potions.
stick a fork in it and like
I
hand
thought
it to
y'all
people.
bought an ass ton, and then I thought y'all bought like 3, and then we found like 2 or 3. Did we not?
We have 2, and the Kyotom's ointment. I don't. It says that the health potions are held by Malachi, according to the.
No, the Kyoton's ointment is held by me, but not the health potions.
In my notes, I put in that you have the health potions as well. So
didn't-
either they've been used or
I don't think we've
Guys,
used
haven't
holding
been
out
marked.
on us.
Then they're still in our party inventory, and whoever holds that has them.
That's. I mean the party inventory is just.
Yeah.
I have it written down, the name of the item, the quantity.
So did,
And
pretend-
who
I
is
thought
holding
Malachi
that?
had 2 of them
did
because
potentially
don't.
Malachi take
I
them
was
off
dying last 2 sessions.
But I
ago.
don't know. I don't remember where we got them.
I got
Malachi,
rid of my
take them-
health ointments because I have Kyoton's ointment.
Did you
Yeah.
take them off your inventory thinking you were like giving them to the ledger and Zantix was like
No, I
just
gave
take
them
them.
to people, and they did. I guess they didn't
Oh.
add them because I remember
Maybe you did give me one. I just didn't put it in my inventory.
I specifically remember trying to give them to different people because I was always getting
there were 2 of
like
them,
up
right?
front.
I think that's. You're right. I mean, in the notes I have it as Malachi, but I think that there was some like confusion on like where
All
they
I know
ended
is
up.
we used 1 potion, and that was on Van Renfield. Almost the entire campaign.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. And I'm almost positive we've used only 1, and that was on Van Renfield.
Yeah.
So
unless we sold them, which no, we didn't sell them because you
No.
gave them to.
for the sake of what
clothes.
we might do is what we might just go ahead and just flat out just we might what I'll probably do is give Zimnus 1 and Zantix 1 because y'all had 2, right?
Yes. Yeah,
At
according to the
least.
notes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I
we
think
have 2,
we'll
so.
probably just do is for the sake of simplicity and just to keep it going, we'll just Zantix you have 1 and Zimnus you have 1.
Okay.
Because I remember we tried to divvy it up into like different sections of the party. Like I had the Kyotom's ointment because I was like one of the melee fighters. Van Redfield had one, I thought, but he used it.
I either took one or gave one to someone.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I know we have others, but I can't just like take off doses of Kyotom's ointment. Is my understanding. It's like I have that item, I can use it, but I can't just
Let me,
like give people spoonfuls of it to keep in their like a Tupperware container.
I don't
don't see why not.
I don't see any reason why you can't, if they have a good container, give someone some of the ointment.
Oh well, then in that case, I would have given people like
Yeah.
bits of it.
I mean, it says it's a glass jar 3 inches,
Now,
you know,
we're in the middle
containing.
of a showdown with the devil.
And you said we have 6 uses of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys.
Oh, see.
Good session, guys. It's a marathon. It's a
Right.
marathon.
Oh, I
It's a
see.
sprint,
Here's-
Chase. Literally, it's a
here's-
sprint.
Here's the issue on this like note that I've made, because I know Malachi has the ointment, but it's still in my list as me having it. So whenever we like swapped shit around, I forgot to update the list. So
So who has them?
well, health potion is me and Zemnis. And then Malachi has the ointment, and then we can split that up later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, if I had known I could split the Kyotom's ointment up, I would have just divvied it up
Yeah.
like a little more liberally. So
Got to think of it, man. I didn't think of it either, but
I kind of forget about the items.
yeah. All right, guys. Good session. Grobet, thanks for always watching. Shout out to Grobet. Next Monday, pick right up here, back in the chapel.
Take
Cool.
my anxiety medicine.
Huh?
all right.
I said I'll take my anxiety medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get some good
Prepare.
rest.
Then Renfield will prepare for his imminent demise.
I'm so glad I dared Kindred stiff-armed that woman into the zombies, though.
Oof.
You know,
Brutal,
it is
man.
funny. Van Renfield like always puts himself in a position to die, but hasn't died yet.
Dude,
Against his best efforts.
Gambler. He's a gambler and he knows how to double down. That's for sure.
No doubt.
All right, guys. See you next week.